Frank Morgan was an American character actor. He is best known as a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer contract player, including the title character, in The Wizard of Oz. Early life: Morgan was born Francis Phillip Wuppermann in New York City, the youngest of 11 children born to Josephine Wright and George Diogracia Wuppermann. His father was born in Venezuela, of German and Spanish descent, and was raised in Hamburg, Germany. His mother was born in the U.S. of English descent. The family earned its wealth distributing Angostura bitters, allowing Wuppermann to attend Cornell University where he joined Phi Kappa Psi fraternity. He then followed his older brother Ralph Morgan into show business, first on the Broadway stage and then into motion pictures. Career and The Wizard of Oz. His first film was The Suspect in 1916. In 1917, he provided support to his friend John Barrymore in Raffles, the Amateur Cracksman, an independent film produced in and about New York City. Morgan's career expanded when talkies began, his most stereotypical role being that of a befuddled but good-hearted middle-aged man. By the mid-1930s, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer had been so impressed by Frank Morgan that they signed him to a lifetime contract. Morgan's best-remembered film performance, playing 5 roles, is in The Wizard of Oz, where he played the carnival huckster Professor Marvel, the gatekeeper at the Emerald City, the coachman of the carriage drawn by the horse of a different color, the guard who blubbers loudly upon seeing Dorothy cry at not being admitted to see the wizard, and the wizard himself. Morgan was cast in the role on September 22, 1938. W.C. Fields was originally chosen for the role of the wizard, but the studio ran out of patience after protracted haggling over his fee. An actor with a wide range, he was equally effective playing comical, befuddled men such as Jesse Kivmere in Saratoga and Mr. Ferris in Casanova Brown, as he was with more serious, troubled characters like Hugo Matuszka in The Shop Around the Corner and Professor Wrath in The Mortal Storm. MGM's 1946 film The Great Morgan was written with the story centering around Frank Morgan. In the 1940s, Morgan co-starred with Fanny Brice in one version of the radio program Maxwell House Coffee Time, also known as the Frank Morgan-Fanny Brice Show. During the first half of the show, Morgan would tell increasingly outlandish tall tales about his life adventures, much to the dismay of his fellow cast members. After the Morgan segment there was a song, followed by Brice's Baby Snooks for the last half of the show. In 1947, Morgan starred as the title character in the radio series The Fabulous Drive Tweedy. He also recorded a number of children's records, including the popular Gossamer Wump, released in 1949 by Capitol Records. Like most character actors of the studio era, Frank Morgan was sought out for numerous motion picture roles. One of his last roles was as Barney While in The Stratton Story, a true story about a ballplayer who makes a comeback after having his leg amputated due to a hunting accident. His last film Key to the City was released posthumously. In it Morgan played Fire Chief Duggan. He was the third lead, after Clark Gable and Loretta Young. He was nominated twice for an Academy Award, for Best Actor for his role as the cuckolded Duke of Florence in The Affairs of Cellini, and for Best Supporting Actor for Tortilla Flat, in which he played a simple Hispanic man who takes care of dogs. Personal life and death: Morgan married Alma Muller in 1914. They had one son. Their marriage ended with his death in 1949. He was widely known to have had a drinking problem, according to several who worked with him, including actress Margaret Hamilton and Oz historian Algene Harmitz. Morgan sometimes carried a black briefcase to work fully equipped with a small minibar. Frank Morgan's niece, Claudia Morgan, was a stage and film actress, most notable for playing the role of Vera Claiborne in the first Broadway production of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. Morgan was also a brother of playwright Carlos Wuppermann, who was killed in the Rhineland in 1919 while on duty there with the Army of Occupation. Wuppermann had only one play produced on Broadway. The Triumph of X opened at the Comedy Theatre in New York City on August 24, 1921, but ran only 30 performances. The production, besides starring Frank Morgan, the play's female lead was Helen Menken, and in his first Broadway outing, character actor Robert Keith, father of actor Brian Keith and one-time husband of Theatre Guild actress Peg Entwistle, who committed suicide by jumping from the Hollywood sign in 1932. Morgan died of a heart attack on September 18, 1949, while filming Annie Get Your Gun. As The Wizard of Oz would not become an annual holiday television fixture until many years after its 1956 premiere on CBS and would not become an American institution until the late 60s, Morgan would be the only major cast member from the film who would not live to see these events come to pass and the film to become beloved the world over as a result. He is buried in Greenwood Cemetery in Brooklyn. His tombstone carries his real name, Wuppermann, as well as his stage name, Frank Morgan. He has 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for motion pictures at 1708 Vine Street and for radio at 6700 Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California. Filmography, references. External links. Frank Morgan at the Internet Movie Database, Frank Morgan at the Internet Broadway Database, Frank Morgan at Find a Grave.